Alright, hey, May here. So this is going to be the first startup with the KO motor, alright? So I got the KO factory spec motor in there. If you want to learn how the installation went, check that vlog out. I'll put it at the end of this video. Let's just say the motor fit it was pretty easy to get the motor in there, but to get it to fit with the skid plate took a lot of work, okay? More work than I bargained for, type of thing. Alright, so anyway, I've got it all hooked up to my Electric Race Technologies ASI BAC4000 controller, and so we're going to see if we can get it to run with the auto tune function on this, alright? And then if it does, we'll do some testing. If it doesn't, we'll take it off and we'll install the KO Moto controller, okay? I do know that this motor is a little bit different than the Sauron one. It has a different number of pole pairs. I think this one has 4, where the Sauron has 5, and some other stuff. Okay, whether you can drop this in to a stock Sauron and run it with the stock Sauron controller, I'm not sure. Okay, but we're gonna try it with the ASI controller first, see how it is. One thing I do like about the ASI controller is it has a regen throttle. Okay, I like having a regen throttle. The KO motor controller doesn't have that function. Okay. Anyway, let's go try it out. So I'm going to go grab my battery here. All right, it's a Lightspeed 72 volt, 32 amp hour battery. I'm going to go put this bad boy in the bike. Excited, my first time firing it up. I don't know what's going to happen, guys. All right. Pulling the wiring. Okay. So I have this. Okay. It's in there. Let's fire it up. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention Happy New Year's, guys. I'm shooting this right before New Year's. All right. It's like an hour before 2023, so this will be the last time I fire up the Sauron in 2022. Okay, so there it is. KO motor, all right, factory spec. It's got the DB Off-Road 420 chain on it. All right, and I've got the Race Spec Sauron skid plate. All right, so I had a lot of trouble getting that to fit in there. There's this side. Okay, let's fire it up. So so here's a little background. I've got it tuned for the QS165 motor. All right, that motor right there. Okay, that guy over there. I think I had to turn the direction the other direction. All right, because it spun the other direction for some reason. Right. So I have to reverse the direction. So I think I'm going to have to reverse the direction first, okay? So let's fire it up. And it can only handle 4100 thing before it stops. Okay, there we go. It's on. Let's go to motor options. All right, we're going to do motor calibration, but we're going to change the motor direction. Okay, now it says to run the motor setup. Make sure the wheel is off the ground like it is right now. All right, and then we'll do the stationary test first. All right, we'll do the stationary test first. Okay, it says it passed. That's good. Now we'll do the moving test. Okay. Make sure the wheel is spinning in the right direction. It is. Oh, that's the first time it worked. It worked right out of the box, guys. That's pretty cool. Okay, it says it test passed. Press the motor. It was successfully mapped, and then press the save button. Boom. All right. And then so right now I got it tuned for 370 amps phase current and 29% field weakening. All right, it's also tuned for a really low power, like 4100 watts. because that's all that motor would do before it got angry at me. So let's see if it works at 4100 watts. It works, guys. So the question is like when I actually ride it. So right now it's like piss and rain outside, you know, it's all wet outside. It's not a good time to go riding. If it's dry tomorrow, we'll go ride it, all right? But yeah, it works. Let's see if the regen throttle works. Yep. Okay, let's jack up the power. We'll go to, let's just do like, just put the maximum. Oh. Okay, we're gonna put, I think, 16,000 is the limit. Oh, it says limit exceeded. Why? See, power limit is 16,000. So just because you put 16,000 doesn't mean you're going to get 16,000 watts. All right, guys, that's just the max. I changed both of them because this thing has some funky thing where like it switches between sport and eco, and it just runs kind of funky. Okay, save that. All right, boom, we got full power, baby. Let's see. So it's got about 76% charge right now, so it's still a pretty good amount of power left in the battery. Okay, working pretty good. It's in torque mode right now. What else? Let's see, check the bike stats. Let's see what the max, all that from just the free revving. We were able to pull 11.4 kilowatts just by free revving like that, okay? We were able to hit 6,800 RPM also. Pretty cool. So one thing we're going to have to check is the speedometer. How, I bet you it's off, man. So we're going to have to go ride around with the with the GPS. So I got to remember to put my GPS on here. And then we got to calibrate the speedometer. Well, I'm surprised it worked right off of the bat. All right, all I can say is that's way better than that motor. All right, so I had a lot of problems. I had some problems getting this thing. Yeah, I would say I had a lot of problems. All right, so this bad boy, I could only run. I had to reverse the direction of the motor because it was running in the wrong direction with the Sauron settings, and then this motor just was not happy with this motor for whatever reason. Okay, and then maybe if you're like an electronics engineer dude, or you know EVs really well and know how to tune motors and everything, you probably could get this thing to work, but you can't get it to work with the auto tune function on the Electric Race Technologies controller. Okay, that's a special dealie. I'm surprised it worked right off of the bat. So when they say it's a drop-in motor, it sure looks like it. All right, I wish I had a Sauron controller to test it out. All right. But I don't. I only have this guy. So, but anyway, so also the other thing is I couldn't run more than, I could run as like a lot of phase amps if I want to, but it won't rev past 4100 watts or 4.1 kilowatts. All right. So it was slow as shit. Okay. So I'm hoping, all right, I'm hoping when we go test ride it, it'll behave. All right. Because before it would stutter and buck and all that stuff. It was not happy with that motor when you were pushing a lot of current through it. This one looks okay, but I guarantee you when we take it out for a ride, we put some real load on that motor, it may behave differently. Okay, just revving it on the stand isn't enough. Okay, so but yeah, it looks good. I'm pretty happy. I just installed it and we did the tune-up sequence. Like I mentioned, we had to get the motor to spin. I had to reverse the direction of the motor because it was reversed before. All right, so I reversed it again, and it's going the right direction, right, guys? It should go counterclockwise, right? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Awesome. So there it is. Electric Race Technologies BAC4000 with the NXT display was able to run the KO factory spec motor. All right, but we'll have to test. We have to take it out for a test drive. Okay, that's not enough. That's not enough to say it runs properly until we actually take it for a test ride. And it's like it's all wet outside right now, so I haven't ridden this bike in like months, man. Like almost more. Yeah, almost like 2 months. So. Okay, and then yeah, we'll have to check if everything works. Lights still work. Blinkers still work. Okay. I don't know if the sport mode and the eco mode works. Okay, I don't. This never worked before, but I got it working. So. Oh yeah, I could put my horn back, but I never put my horn back. Oh, okay. Yeah. So yeah, that's fine. I won't charge the battery. We'll just take it. If it's dry tomorrow, I'll take it for a spin. All right. Well, and come along with me. All right. So that'll be the next part. Check that video out. That'll be like the next video in the BAC controller X KO motor saga. Okay. I've heard that they gave some motors out to some tuners, so they can test the controller, to tune the controllers and all that stuff, but I haven't heard anything about that, okay, about getting a tune for your BAC controllers. But as you can see, it works with the auto-tune function on Electric Race Technologies ASI controller, so that's hooray. I'm pretty happy with how that worked. Alright, so check out the next video. We'll take it for a test drive in that next video, and we'll see how it is. We'll see if it behaves. All right, thanks for watching. Here's Miguel. Yeah. Holy crap, I just hit 8,000 RPM, alright guys, on the stand. It did it pretty easily too, I'm not gonna lie. So the max, like really the max that the Sauron motor will do is like 8,000. And I just exceeded it. Okay, let's see what the max speed is. Max speed is 93 miles an hour, guys. Holy crap, that's 93 miles an hour. Okay, yeah, the calibration is off on the wheel, so it's probably not 93 miles an hour, okay? But, yeah. Pretty awesome, man. I cannot wait to take this thing for a spin. Okay? Alright. Alright, there it is. Happy New Year. Happy 2023. And happy new motor. Alright?